Ever wondered how someone like me who loves food manages to lose weight? Honestly, I wonder too. So today I'm taking you through a full day of eating to show you exactly how I do it. And this has helped me lose my first 7 to 10 kilos. These methods are simple that made me go literally from this to this. And the cool part is that it even includes chocolate, just in case you're feeling like this might just end up being chocolateless. The very first thing I do when I wake up is lemon with water. Now, I know this is very simple, but it is also a very soothing drink and a great start to your day. So, what I would do is I would just have a plain glass of water, and the second glass is where I would have with a little lemon squeezed in it. Now, lemon water is great when you wake up, and it not just gives you only the vitamin C, but it's also great for your skin health. And the most important thing, it's great when it comes to managing your weight because lemon and lime, they have something which is called as pectin fibers, which is present in your lemon and limes. Now what this does is that it helps you curb your hunger, and that helps you manage your weight, and it also helps with fighting your oral bacteria. So in short, it does a lot, so I just have it without thinking. Now breakfast, before I even think of breakfast, I'm going to do something which is very relaxed, that is walk with my child. Yes, this child and this one too. I know you're thinking, like, wait, you were supposed to have breakfast, but now you're working out. So I prefer working out on an empty stomach, and this is for a very strong reason. Because if I eat before a workout, my body will use the food as a source of energy to fuel my workout. But if I'm on an empty stomach, my body will have no other option but to use stored fat for energy, which it will use as a fuel source since there is no food to take as a source of energy. And honestly, I don't really feel very tired or lethargic when I'm in a fasted state and I'm working out. I do feel a little lazy, but not really tired or lethargic. And one thing I also do is, which might also be the reason why I don't feel tired, is that I take a BCAA before and after my workouts, which are your branch chain amino acids. So my body doesn't really lose muscle and it helps preserve the muscle. So before and after is the only time I take a BCAA. Now it's breakfast time. Let me show you what I have for my breakfast. So I take a little bit of oats, palm size, and I'll just keep it to boil. And I'm just adding a little less than a pinch of pink salt in it. And voila, my oat seems to be ready. And just to make it protein packed, I will add a little bit of protein powder to it. Now you have to understand that if you are adding any protein powder, make sure that the oats are more on the watery end or have a lot of water in it, because the protein powder will thicken your oats if it is less watery. So just make sure that you add in a little bit of water so that when the protein powder is mixed, it will soak it up and it will get not too thick. And with that, I'm going to add my fruits, just an apple and a banana. And to top it off, I'll mix some seeds, which you can see here, some chia, some sunflower, some pumpkin, and of course, some flax seeds. So what I do is I just put most of them in the bottle and I just shake them up so they get mixed, and I just top it on my oats or anything that I can feel like I can top it on. Now you can see my oats, they are very brownish, and that's cause of the protein powder that I added. But it's not really necessary, but sometimes I just like the chocolatey flavor that's added to it. So yeah, there goes my breakfast. So now in between my breakfast and my lunch, I don't really eat anything and no snacking. If I feel like I'm thirsty or I'm hungry, I just take a break and I'll just make some herbal tea like ginger water or lemongrass added to it, or even chamomile tea. Firstly, it has loads of antioxidants, and secondly, it's really hydrating, and thirdly, okay, there's no thirdly. Now let me show you what's for lunch and how I have my lunch. And this is what I call the pie diagram meal. So what I do is I take food in a bowl because for some reason I like food in a bowl. Now you might think that, oh, to lose weight, you might have to eat very less. Well, let me show you. Now, no matter what I do, I make sure that I have a separate bowl of salad. It doesn't really need to be a very fancy one. So it keeps changing depending on what's available in the market locally. But for now, I have this small bowl of salad and I try to mix a lot of the different colors, as you can see. Now, this is all that I'm going to eat. Haha, no, wait, I'm just kidding. So I have another bowl here where I'm going to divide this into a pie diagram. So this half is where I'm going to add my protein. So I'll occupy the entire side on the left with my protein. Now I don't really like measuring food because it takes the whole essence away of eating when you go into the minute details. I just like to have a very rough understanding that is how you should measure, which is mostly at least around your palm and your fingers. So it's quite like this size. And the other side is where I'm going to fill up it with rice. Since I love rice and we are Indians, we either love rice or roti. And this is matta rice, or some people call it very differently. And I like this because it's not polished. And yes, rice is also not going to make you put on weight. It's mostly the amount of rice that you're going to eat. But if you look here, you can surely see that it's not a lot. And also, it's pretty much like how the Japanese do, which is in small quantities. So try to eat your rice mostly like the Japanese, which is in small quantities. Now, next, I'll add some gravy, which looks really good. And this section, normally here, I'll add my salad, or maybe I'll add a gravy, or if any beans or legumes or any kind of vegetable that is made, which is a very cooked vegetable, I'll just leave this section normally for here. And there you have it. That is lunch. Now, in between, I normally don't have any meals or I don't snack straight until dinner. And in case I'm feeling very hungry, as I said earlier, I'll just sip on some herbal tea or some chamomile tea or even black coffee. The reason why I don't snack is because I don't want to keep giving my body food. Otherwise, it will never use my fat stores for energy at any point. But let's say that I've skipped my breakfast and I directly felt hungry at lunch where I break my fast. So I've skipped one meal, and in case I feel a bit hungry in the evening, I will have a bowl of just cut fruits, whatever is available in the market and whatever is the seasonal produce. And I'll just add some dates to it and top it up with the same seeds that I showed earlier with the oats. It's simple, it's fibrous, and it's also very nutritious. But in case I'm not hungry and I'm just craving for something really sweet, that's where chocolate comes after lunch. But how I have my chocolate is also very simple. So I do a very tiny but a very simple trick. So I take a little bit of dark chocolate that is 70 to 90% dark. I cut some apple pieces or some apple slices and I dip those slices into the dark melted chocolate. So I melt the dark chocolate a bit and then I have them. But I don't do this every day. I just do it when I'm really craving for chocolate badly, which is probably almost every day. But I try to eat this way at least once a week. So it just feels like I've earned it. And mostly, whenever I feel like I want to eat something sweet, I'll always substitute it with fruits, or I'll either have it with my oats like I do with breakfast. Now, I'll take you to what it's like to have dinner, which is finally having a good dinner. So, mostly my dinner is pretty much the same as my lunch because it's a headache to cook 10 different meals in one day. And I'm also pretty lazy that way. And I guess it's also easier to just have dinner pretty similar to lunch. And that's how I like it, but some days things are a bit different. So as you can see, I try and do the same and follow the similar concept of eating. So even if I want to have a meal with roti, I make sure that it's not more than two medium-sized rotis, and I try and stick to that. But in case I'm having rice, I just make sure that if it is white rice, I'll add in some lime to it, because when you add some lime to your white rice, it doesn't make your blood sugar spike as much as you just eating plain white rice. And of course, stick to the quantity. So if you see my meals overall, they are always three and no snacking in between. That gives my body enough time to digest, enough time to rest, enough time to use stored fats for energy, and it also keeps my body from overloading my system with food constantly. And you have to look at your body like a machine. You can't overuse your machine or it will do its job not so effectively, because even a machine, you have to think of it, it needs to cool down. And your body is the same way. Your digestive system needs that break too. So that's why I don't prefer eating food continuously and also what I do behind that, there's a lot of science to it. And just eating this way has made me lose 7 to 8 kilos very easily by just being more consistent and just trusting this process. So there you have it. As I said, it won't be chocolateless. And these meals, if you look at it, they were all in portions, which is the most important thing. Much smaller portions, and the more you start eating in portions, which will take you a while to get used to, and also exercising, you will see a difference in a month for yourself, and within 2 months, others will see that difference. And the best part is that it's not extreme and unsustainable. So you can enjoy the good, healthy food, and at the same time, you will also see your weight drop. Because getting a desired body is always easy, but maintaining it is not. So eat food that's healthy and also something that you enjoy, because in the end, what's going to happen is if you eat the food that you enjoy and you don't really do anything extreme, you will enjoy your food, you will have something more sustainable, and you will also see that weight drop with time. So just be consistent, make peace with your food, and just how I've done with my food, I've already ended up seeing a good amount of weight loss, which is why I went from here to here. And it's still a longer journey for me to lose even more weight if I want to. And if you like what you saw, please do check out any other video of health or anything health related on this channel. And until we meet again next, don't stress and be awesome. Rocher that. Say hi.